everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. I am Rick Camp, alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski, and Jay, it was touch and go for a minute because I was having technical issues that ended up being resolved, shockingly enough, by me being a complete moron, not understanding why I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
So I'm unplugging and replugging in stuff on my board. Restarted my computer. Same issue.
Right.
Really starting to get worried.
Yep.
And then you know what I didn't do? Unmute the computer.
Rick, you are not a dumb person. No, you're not. I've known you for a very long time. You're a smart person. But most of the times you have technical issues, it is something dumb.
Yes. Yes.
For the record. I mean, just like from experience, like I feel like every time you have some kind of like connection issue, you're like, oh, this isn't a computer, this is a toaster. Like, well, yeah, Rick,
Yes.
there's your problem. Yeah.
Yes.
You can't
Yep,
plug your
that would do
USB mic into the toaster. It's not going to work.
Facts.
Or the air fryer or any of the devices you use. That'd be nice, though. We could just have like an air fryer / laptop, and we could just air fry shit while we do the show. See, now we're thinking this is something we could. This is something we could sell. We need an engineer or manufacturer.
Trademark.
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yes,
Yeah.
and you've got the I'm Fat Podcast fans page on Facebook, and of course the YouTube page, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. Episodes drop on there on Tuesdays. We'd appreciate you going to that page, subscribing, liking all the videos, all that good stuff. And hey, watch a couple episodes there. It would help. That would help us big time. And last week, you mentioned Charlie the Bacon Guy. We mentioned a little contest for a bacon prize pack, right? Every month. I think I've come up with a new idea
Okay.
that would be mutually beneficial to us and to our listeners.
Okay.
The funniest 5-star review on Apple Podcasts every month will win a Charlie the Bacon Guy prize pack.
Prize pack. Nice.
So here's the only challenge is you're going to have to leave a way for us to get in touch with you. So either like if you've got a Twitter handle, throw your Twitter handle on there. If you want to like phonetically type your email on there, like it would be like JAYAT@gmail.com, so the like bots don't find you, right?
Is there a way to just like screenshot it and email it too?
You could do that too. That's the easiest way. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. So yeah, do that for us, and we'll pick a winner every month, and you'll win a Charlie the Bacon Guy prize pack, which is a prize pack with bacon in it. I don't know how much more you need to know.
Which makes it a prizier pack.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So send us a screenshot or leave your email in the comment on Apple Podcasts. That's where we can see all the reviews. So it's got to be 5 stars. It's got to be funny. Feel free to be mean to us and roast us, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
But it's got to be 5 stars. And to make sure you either send us a picture or leave us a way to contact you in those comments. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do that. 708-858-3314 for all your fat-related confessions and queries. All right, well, I had a very fat week, Rick, as I typically do. I want to sort of follow up on something we talked about last week. I said I went to Burger King for the first time in probably a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
At least.
Okay.
And it was really good. I was very impressed by it and said, is that a fluke? Did I just happen to catch like the perfect Burger King day? So I went again
Yeah.
to a different Burger King
Okay.
and got my double Whopper with cheese and my half-C's onion rings and fries and a big Diet Coke. And let me tell you, man, it was good again.
Wow. Okay.
I'm very, I don't know.
Good.
maybe I've just been in the mood for burgers lately, which is sometimes kind of a fleeting thing for me. I can kind of take or leave burgers in general. Mm-hmm. They've kind of become like a vehicle for a bunch of crazy toppings more than
This is true.
Really about the burger. Yeah, but Burger King, 2 for 2, really, really good. And I gotta say, man, like their fries are better than they get credit for.
Agreed.
And just the concept of the halfsies, where you get half fries and half onion rings, it's brilliant. It's an acknowledgement of their history. Like, you go to Burger King, like, oh man, I got an onion ring in my fries, or vice versa. That was always fun, and it seemed like it happened at least one in every couple times you would go.
Sure.
And they just leaned into it, and that's really smart marketing. So yeah, man, I'm back on board. I used to, like, for a long time too, I would only go there for frozen Cokes.
Sure.
And now it's now I go there for food, which is good.
Burger King is a fun one for me because just where I would drive, generally there were just as many Burger Kings en route than like a McDonald's or a Wendy's or whatever.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was always having Burger King more often than most, but I didn't know how much it was good versus it was there and convenient.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's solid. And as was mentioned on the fan page this week, very good deals in their app.
Yes. Tell me about those. I know you saw those. I did not see that post for whatever reason. I missed it.
So I saw the post, and the headliner on that is $3 Whoppers or Impossible Whoppers for those that partake.
No, we won't be doing that. No. But that's $3 Whopper is a good deal, and that is like you could do a Whopper and call that a meal. It's especially if you're getting all the toppings on it. Mm-hmm. For me, I always go double Whopper because I basically do just cheese. Sometimes I'll do cheese and ketchup, but I don't do all the other stuff.
Right. And then I mentioned this to Sam, and she was like, oh, so she goes in there and looks, and she's like, free any size fry with purchase?
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here for that, too.
I'm downloading the app right now because it's something I need. Because I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know why. Well, maybe I do. All these businesses are really pushing their apps.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're just trying to make things more efficient or make their drive-thrus work more quickly. I hope they're not trying to replace employees. But, I mean, even though the order comes in, you need employees to make the food and then bring it out to you if you're going to do like a curbside or whatever. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I think they just want your data.
Probably.
That's probably more it than anything. And did you hear my phone ring?
Just now?
Like 3 or 4 minutes ago?
No.
I know I have family that listens to this.
Okay.
Figure it out. All weekend, I have been getting ass dial FaceTimes. All weekend from my family who is like, look at this.
Oh my God.
That's all my family. Those are all missed calls, like dudes. And it's Southside Zoe, my cousin Matt.
Wow.
Who is responsible for like 5 of them. Lock your phones. We don't need 30 people so it's our family text chain.
Oh,
and someone is hitting, in their pocket or whatever, is hitting the FaceTime button and calling everyone in the family. Get it together.
How many offenders are there?
Let me see.
Couple?
I would say more than a couple. Let's see. Because now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to incriminate people that don't deserve it. But the first name that shows up is typically the person that initiates the call, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, so it's been only my cousin Matt and my cousin Galen. They're the ones who have instigated this every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Conspire against everybody else.
14, 16 times since yesterday this has happened.
It's too many.
16 times. That's enough. Get it together, family. I'll never forgive you if this keeps happening. Because I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave the text chain. Because you know what? Quite frankly, again, I love you all. But mostly, it's not useful stuff. And I feel like if there's something really important, I'll find out about it. But
Yeah.
oh my Lord, stop yourselves. Holy
That's
cow.
funny.
Okay, anyway, back to Burger King.
Yes.
Now I've got the app. I'm 2 for 2 in the last 10 days or so. So welcome back to the rotation, Burger King. Don't blow it.
Wow. Back in rotation.
Yeah, I just
That's
wish there were.
huge.
The issue is there's none directly on my way to work.
Sure.
I have to go out of my way to find one. There's one on 159th and Kedzie-ish, and then there's one 189th and Halstead. So to go to either of those, I have to go out of my path to work to get it. So that's probably why I haven't been getting it very much lately. It's just proximity. So we'll see. It's been really good, and I've been craving it. So
I'm happy. I'm happy that Burger King's getting a little more respect, at least, because I feel like it's gotten, I've mentioned this last week, I feel like it's gotten at least a little underrated. Now, maybe not crazily so, but a little underrated. It deserves a spot in a rotation. That's about what I'll give it.
Fair. That's fair. And I feel like if I do it too much, I'll get sick of it. And I'll go broke because it's not the cheapest place in the world. But hey,
Right.
with the app now, that'll help.
Exactly. Monday, I had a burger as well that I had not had in a long time.
Okay.
My friends Andrew and Kevin were still in town from Raleigh, and they're like, hey, do you want to go to Kuma's? So I was like, yes.
Yes, I do.
Sure. So we went to the one in Schaumburg, 1570 East Gulf Road in Schaumburg, and it was interesting because it was still very, very cold outside.
Yeah.
They had been closed the day before because of heating issues.
Oh.
And we go there. Sam and I get there first. They're like, okay, we'll take you to a table. It was pretty packed, so there weren't many options. Right up against the garage door.
Oh, boy.
So it was chilly. And mind you, there wasn't a whole lot they could do about it. It was just, you could feel the air coming in from outside. So that part was rough.
Yeah.
However, just having not been in a few years probably to any Kumas, still good. We didn't necessarily have the best service in the world. There was apparently one server working the entire place.
Wow.
So she was not in the best of moods. However, also took it out on us. So that's a little not great.
Wow. You never say this, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not one to complain about service. And I think we're both kind of like that.
Yeah.
We get it. And yeah, if she's understaffed, she's going to be annoyed, but that's not your fault.
Exactly. And even if I was cool with, hey, if she was like, hey, I'm working this whole place by myself, it might be better for you guys if you put everything in right now. Or phrasing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a mention, hey, I'm doing all this myself. I don't want to screw you guys over. But it was throwing things down on the table. Okay, you good? Okay, bye. And then just kind of rude with stuff too. So it's I get you're mad. I would be mad as well, but it's kind of also part of the gig.
And you're the one dropping probably $25 on a burger and fries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough.
Now for the food itself, awesome.
Yeah.
We got the fried mac and cheese.
No bad words there.
Right. And it's cool. It's shaped in triangles, kind of like I thought of the fried cheese at Giordano's.
Yep.
But then it's I thought it doesn't technically say, but that it says a spicy marinara. I feel like it was either a sriracha or a buffalo-y type spice added to that marinara. So you see the triangle, the the fried goodness, and then a little bit of the red orange color to it.
Okay.
With a little bit of basil and Parmesan on top too.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it was fried mac and cheese with a little bit of a kick. It was very well-rounded for something like that. It was fantastic. And then I went pretty conservative for myself with the burger. Mm-hmm. I did a mastodon, which is just applewood smoked bacon, cheddar. They have the frizzled onions.
Yeah.
That's
a good
nice because you get so many too.
Yeah.
That you can have half of them at least off the top before you even start eating the burger.
Right.
So it's almost like you're getting your halvesies.
Right.
Because you've got your fries, You get your frizzled onions, and they have a pretty good barbecue sauce as well. So that was what I ended up getting, and it was very, very good.
Nice.
And filling, because that pretzel bun is clutch.
Yeah, their burgers are huge. Like every time I've gone there, I found it like a challenge to finish the entire thing. Because usually, when you say it's bacon and it's frizzled onions, it's a ton of it and it's thick cut and it's it's not like a tiny burger. And the patty itself is it a half pound or is it
a 10 ouncer?
Okay,
I believe.
Yeah. So that's it's a hearty burger. So yeah, Kuma's is great. And it's funny, I have one right by the office, and I just for whatever reason don't think to go. I always just assume it's gonna be super crowded.
Yes.
And because the city one is obviously the more popular one.
Sure.
But I'll put it back on the map. It's kind of off the radar too, because usually if I go north of CHG, I'll go down Randolph because there's Graziano there. More on that in a second, and like a bunch of stuff down that stretch. A Voodoo Donuts just opened that I have to try.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of stuff right there, and there's like a coffee shop I love. So I rarely go north of Randolph, but it's Fulton. The Kuma's in the city. At least the one I've gone to is in Fulton Market, like by Rosemary, Shane Reardon's favorite place, and it's awesome. Rosemary's great. So yeah, all right. I got to get Kuma's back too, because they are good. Even if you're not a burger person, everything they make comes in chicken too. So you're covered there.
And for those that listen that are doing the whole not meat thing, okay.
I can't imagine them listening, but
yeah, watch the YouTube to see our disapproving faces. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast.
Shaving the carrot.
But Sam got the goat snake burger. So it was herbed goat cheese, poblano sweet corn relish, Cholula lemon vinaigrette, and the buttermilk breaded deep fried red onions. And she got their Impossible Burger and said it was really, really good.
I mean, what you described, aside from the Impossible Burger, sounds awesome.
Yes.
Like all that sounds really good, really creative, like something I hadn't really had before. Interesting. All right.
That's why I almost felt a little bad going with just kind of like a traditional burger for myself. But I was like, you know what? It's been forever. I'm just going to get something that I know is going to be really good.
Yeah, why mess it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but yeah, it was one of those where I'm like, I hadn't even thought about Kuma's in a minute. So to go and have that be something that like they requested they wanted to do before, where a place there where they wanted to go before they left, and to be able to meet up again was perfect.
yeah, definitely. And I like that you brought them to a Chicago institution and they brought you to a chain restaurant when you visited them.
Yes, exactly.
But it's in Raleigh.
It's perfect.
And Mark Tressman and Jay Cutler weren't around, so you had to do that. You had to go to Mission Barbecue instead, which is good. Mission Barbecue is good. All right, so I know you went to the Schaumburg location, but I mentioned Fulton Market. I mentioned Randolph. Everyone knows ramen is my new thing. And last night I was at my parents' house. If you saw, we're recording this Saturday, by the way. So Friday was the anniversary of my sister's passing. So I went to hang out with my parents for a little while. Then the Hawks played. So I'm like, all right, I want to get there by 5, and if I'm there by 5, I'll be able to catch Luke Richardson, his pregame get together. And I just wasn't going to make it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to be able to get there in time. I don't want to walk in when he's halfway through his thing. Yeah. So screw it. I'll just go get some dinner. And because I got to, around the United Center around 5:05. I'm like, well, I have 2.5 hours till the game starts. So kind of drove towards the area, like Randolph, kind of figuring out what I want. I go, oh, I'm going to try it. High Five Ramen is open because they opened at 4. So High Five Ramen is in the Green Street area of Chicago. And listen, if you've not been to this area of the city, you've got to see this. It looks like you're going to another country. That's
incredible.
Yeah, it's right there. The address is 112 North Green Street. So if you're not watching on YouTube, apologies, but what you're looking at is a brick street with tables and chairs and picnic tables, and there's all sorts of restaurants in this Green Street area. There's like a lobster bar, there's Green Street Smoked Meats, and then there's High Five Ramen. So Green Street Smoked Meats is like the big spot where everything is based. So High Five Ramen is in the basement of Green Street Smoked Meats. Okay.
Okay.
So here on your screen now, Rick, that is the interior of Green Street Smoked Meats. And
That looks amazing.
huge. It's huge, huge, huge. You could probably fit like 3 basketball courts in there. And it's all picnic tables, very dark. Everything's decorated with like hanging lights. And it is the most intoxicating smell. You'll like you walk in, you're like, I'm smoked. I have a smoke ring. I have a smoke ring right now. Like there's no doubt about it. So go in there, and then you got to go downstairs to High Five Ramen, which is tiny. I think maybe you could fit. I'm trying to like, I don't want to like overstate it, but I would say maybe 15 people in there at a time.
Oh, wow.
It's basically a bar, and then there's maybe like 2 or 3 like 2-seater high top tables behind the, like not behind, but like behind the seats of the bar. So I go downstairs, and the hostess greets me and says, like, it's going to be a 90-minute wait. I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to go to Green Street then. She's like, well, wait a minute. Let me take a look. And she peeks, and the last bar stool is available. Nice. So I get right in, and I'm so excited, dude. Like, I ordered the tonkatsu ramen. And if you don't know, tonkatsu ramen is a pork bone broth. So it's incredibly rich. It's incredibly, like, salty and flavorful. And it had big, thick cuts of pork belly in it. You see, I'm doing this like the inch thick.
Yeah.
Big old slices of pork belly in there.
Wow.
The kind where I would pick it up with my chopstick and like take a bite, and it would just like fall into my, like I didn't even have to like pull it at all. It was so tender. And what's cool is the server, she says, have you been here before? I go, no, I've not been here before, but I've been really looking forward to it. She's like, all right, well, let me explain how things work. So she described the 4 different ramens to me that they have. And then she said, do you understand our spice levels? I said, no. She goes, okay, so there's 0 spice, quarter spice, half spice, and full spice. And she's like, so for the quarter spice, we put, 10 milligrams of crushed pepper. Like it is like a scientific calculation of each heat level. And then she's like, so half spice is significantly hotter, and here's why. And then full spice is really, really hot, and we only recommend that for people who can handle the most heat. So I went quarter spice because I said, I got to work, and I don't want to have any problems. And I was thinking as I'm eating, like, I could go up in spice here, but then, like, my nose started watering, and it was like a nice level of spice without being overwhelming. But I'm watching the guy prep it. So I'm sitting at the bar, and then to my, the wall to my left has, like, an opening. Okay. And the chef and the 2 chefs are working together through a window. Like one guy's like preparing the broth, and the other guy literally has like little tongs, and he's measuring every little ingredient he adds, and like just so like finely decorating the ramen so it's like very like presented very beautifully. It was so damn good. It was not cheap. I got that, and I got 2 Diet Cokes, and it was like with tip like $30. So, okay. I mean, expensive for basically a bowl of soup and some pop, but I knew I was getting the highest end stuff, and I think it was worth it. It was so delicious. And on a day like yesterday, where it was like cold and windy and kind of like a little bit snowy at the time, it just warmed me up and filled me up. Because usually after work, I have to get something, or I'll eat something at the game, like they'll have soup out, but they had broccoli cheddar last night, which is not my thing. Yeah. So I had that bowl of ramen, and I got it. So that was at what, 5? And I didn't eat again until this morning, and I was fine.
Oh, wow.
So it was excellent. So if you want to go to High Five Ramen, again, they're only open from 4 p.m. on. I don't know if they take reservations. I just walked up and got lucky. But I would probably, if they do, I would try to do that before you take a big group down there and say, hey, we want to come in, and you and 4 of your friends account for a third of the restaurant. So 112 North Green Street is the entire complex of Green Street Smoked Meats and High Five Ramen. There's also a coffee shop in there, all owned by the same group. But look, if you get knocked out of, if you can't go to High Five, you've got Green Street right upstairs, and it's going to be.
I'm looking at the menu right now.
Yeah, dude. I texted you and Sam last night, and I said, Sam, I know Rick doesn't like going to the city, but please make him go to Green Street Smoked Meats. And then you sent me the arm twisting emoji.
Yep.
So yeah, dude.
I've been doing more city travel lately for work. So
yeah, this is
that looks like it's going to have to happen.
It's a destination. It's something you could do on a weekend or like, an off night. Like, hey, let's go, date night, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure. Sam eats chicken, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she'll be fine there. She'll be totally fine there. Like Green Street will have her covered. And I don't know if your ramen's probably a little daring for you, even though it's very simple. It's also the first time I've ever had a hard-boiled egg, and I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The concept grossed me out, but when it's floating in bone broth, it's a little less intimidating, and I ate it right up, man. Oof.
Nice.
High Five was great. I've had Green Street before, but just, again, like going to that street, it's so pretty. And, like, you seriously feel like you've walked into a time warp. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, I put up on the screen again, like, I feel like when I see that I'm in Boston. That's very much what Boston is like.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great call.
Yeah, it's so cool and it's so pretty. And in the winter,
it's the pretty of Boston without the people of Boston.
Yeah, and that persistent Boston smell, and it's not a bad smell, but it's around the city all the time. And I usually, if you've ever been to Boston, you take the T, which is their version of the L. Mm-hmm. It's the smell down there, but it like comes up the tunnels and like kind of permeates the whole city. It's not bad. It's just a very unique, specific smell that all of Boston smells like.
Yes.
That and Dunkin'.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at this menu for Green Street. I'm like, okay, hot link, yes. Cheddar jalapeno hot link, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all the different varieties of brisket. There's pastrami.
Yeah.
Well.
And the cornbread is killer.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So good. And all the drinks are in a bathtub. Like an ice-filled bathtub, so that's good. By the way, High Five also has like slushy rum drinks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I thought one was like a cherry freeze, and then one was like it was like coconut rum, but it also had orange juice in it. I think it was called a painkiller.
Okay.
Like, man, if I wasn't working, I would take one of those down.
That sounds like some bad decision drunk combo somebody made in college.
Well, the guy goes, it's like it's like a sample size. She's like, trust me, there's enough rum in that for you to be good. I promise you, sir. Nice. So, I was so pleased with the experience. It was just awesome. So, can't wait to go back. I just get down there early for those games, buddy. And give myself an excuse.
Right. Yes, exactly. Oh, no, I have to leave home a little early.
No. Oh,
this
no.
This is terrible and
what
horribly inconvenient.
Yes, that's tragic. I will have to fill myself with ramen and or barbecue. What a horrible development. Anyway, when I drive down there, I'm going to take my Mazda CX-30 from Mazda of Orland Park. I've also got a 2015 Mazda CX-5. I'm going there on Monday to get my oil changed because I'm well overdue. I looked up at the little sticker on your window. It's like return by. I'm like, oh shit. I need to get back.
Return by?
Yeah.
A month ago, you ass.
Yeah, well, for me, it's always mileage before date.
Yep.
Because I put so many damn miles on my car. Because the date is like March. And I'm already like 2,000 or 3,000 miles over what I was supposed to go. So,
yeah.
But it's a Mazda, so it's fine. No problems at all. Handling the snow very well. It's kind of been the first, because the last winter was pretty mild.
Yeah, we've had some real snow.
Yeah, and I've driven like through it as it's falling, and the CX-30 is kicking ass. It's plowing right through it. I think I had one fishtail in a Dunkin' parking lot as I was trying to get my coffee in the morning, but it was like they hadn't plowed yet. So what do you know what I mean? So it's a great car. Go get yourself a Mazda at Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street. Did I get that right? Top of my head, baby. 708-444-3200. Mazda of OrlandPark.com. Give a call to our buddy Eric Vates. He'll be there. He'll take care of you and get you fitted out in your brand new Mazda. Mazda of OrlandPark.com.
Oh, God.
I know. I'm sorry.
That trigger. At least for you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So after going to Kuma's,
yes,
Sam was like, well, we're in the area. And we hear Jay always talk about all the great stuff at Trader Joe's.
Yes.
So let's go. And she had been, but hadn't been for a minute or something like that. And I'd actually never been. It was an experience for sure. Because most people that are in there are not effing around and they know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're there for. Yes.
So they are like, I'm just kind of meandering and I am getting dirty looks. I had someone straight up say as they walked, like I was at, because their end caps are pretty narrow.
Yeah.
So you just try and find like a nook to hide while like Sam was looking at, I forget what, something specific. But so someone's like, just while going by, shouldn't park there.
Oh, relax, Karen.
Yeah, like calm the F down.
Yeah. You're not on a time crunch. You're at
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, you're at Trader Joe's. You're not on a time crunch.
Right. So, for one thing, it's just interesting, like the layout and everything of, because I know you had talked about a lot of the desserts and stuff that they have there. Well, there's not really an aisle for that. It's more just like on top of other stuff.
Yeah.
So, like kind of getting used to that and then finding something to get. And mind you, we got plenty there. But I found something that I was like, hold on. I need some podcast content for this week. And by that, I mean, I want a dessert right now. And I succeeded because these all butter shortbread sandwich cookies with raspberry.
Yep. That's all you, buddy.
That, like, you couldn't make anything more perfectly made for me. And let me tell you, it was fantastic. Like, just I think it's like with the shortbread cookie, sometimes it's like, I don't know if density is the right term.
Sure.
It probably is.
Yeah.
But like a nice flaky cookie that like just complements that raspberry. Nothing feels like unbalanced. It was so good. And I had to do everything in my being to not just house the entire damn box right there. Honestly, if Sam was not there, I might have done it.
I'll tell you this. Trader Joe's is the kind of place where you're like, if you say to them, I've never had these, they'll let you open them and try them. They
Really?
They at least, I haven't asked them in a while, but in Addie's lifetime, that has happened several times. We're like, hey, have you tried these? They look good. Yeah, no, I haven't tried them. Open them up. Let's try them. And then you're like, I didn't love them. Like, all right, we'll put them back, or we'll eat them in the office or whatever. Like, they're very cool in that way. And
Nice.
yeah, so if you were to do that, I don't think anyone would judge you.
Yeah. So that was, I'm telling you, like that might have gotten me hooked because those are so good. Like I know you've mentioned the JoJo's and whatever.
Yeah.
But we had like just had a package of Oreos.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, do I want to maybe taint the first experience
Taint.
because experience. Because we just had Oreos. So I was like, no, let me go with these. These are different as I'm dropping my pen and like be able to go from there and just like start there, get a baseline. And it's not the most convenient. It's not the closest to us. We're kind of in a Trader Joe's dead zone.
Me too.
But if we're up in Schaumburg
Yeah.
or just anywhere near Trader Joe's, I'll probably be popping in.
Downers has one too, but that's not really
Yes.
close to you anymore, is it?
I mean, maybe close to work.
Yeah, that's true. So it's interesting you say that because it is a unique experience. And I will say, as someone, we talk about this all the time, like the awareness of the space we're taking up. I do struggle with that at Trader Joe's because they're narrow and they're busy as hell and there is really nowhere to escape. So, I always...
Okay, so Sam told me when she was in, her and her sister and her mom, I think, were in New York. And they wanted to make food one night when they were there. So they found a Trader Joe's. It's literally just a line that goes through the perimeter of the store. So if you miss something first time around,
you're done.
Tough shit. Like I couldn't do that type of thing.
Why do people want to live there? I don't understand. That's not
don't know.
enjoyable. I've been to Chicago Trader Joe's and they're not like that, I promise you. But I can see it like the first time they're being a little overwhelmed because you don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
And it's not like a Jewel's where everything's kind of like, this is here and this is here. I mean, it is once you know it,
It's loosely
right,
that
like
way.
now that if you were there and said, "Hey, I'm at Trader Joe's. Where is this product?" I could tell you where it is. But like you wouldn't know to look for cookies on top of the freezer.
Yes, exactly.
But now that have gotten it, now that you've been there and will be there a couple other times, I would predict, you'll figure out like, okay, that's where these things are. And
Yeah,
I will say the JoJo's themselves are not like significantly better than Oreos, but the candy cane JoJo's with the crumbled up candy cane and the filling, that's what I go after every year. That's a must have around the holidays.
Okay. I had to pull the little kid thing of we were pulling up to a register and being like, hold on, I got to go get something. Because I saw the candy on top of the freezer and I was like, or the cookies, and I was like, oh, they're probably like somewhere else too. No, they're not.
Yeah, no.
So grab them when you're there. I did not. So I had to run back and then, do that thing.
Oh, I got to try those next time we go. We actually thought about going today, but then we kind of bailed on it. We're going to go before we go to Florida next week. By the way, programming note, no episode next week. I'm going to be in Florida from like Saturday till Friday. So we'll have one coming for you next week with a full review of everything I ate at Disney. And I know that as this is our second time there as a family, and we're going with our good friends Brian and Sarah, this is going to be a lot more about food than it was last time.
Nice.
So I'll have a bunch of stuff to talk about. And there's an Ask a Fat comment about that coming up as well. So that's good stuff. Yeah, speaking of raspberry, I've talked on this show before about Calumet Bakery in Lansing.
Yes.
And I know everybody, it's south. I know everybody, it's close to Indiana. It's okay. You're not going to die. You are able to go south. It's allowed. This is the best bakery in Chicagoland. I'm ready to call it. Like,
Wow.
I got their, I went there, so I had to get myself a treat for the ride home. So I got their yeast chocolate donut, and I'm usually a cake donut guy.
Yes, you are.
But I got the yeast donut. My mind was blown. It was the most unbelievable donut I've ever had in my life. And then the reason I went is because I want to get a coffee cake to have for the week. And I went in there with the intention of getting a chocolate chip coffee cake, which is for my entire life been my go-to.
Okay.
So all they had was chocolate chip cheese, cherry cheese, and raspberry cheese. So there was no like non-cheese. You've had a cheese Danish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I got the cherry, cheese, coffee cake.
Okay.
Buddy, I took a bite of this thing and like I swear to God, like a tear came out of my eye.
Really?
It was the best coffee cake I've ever eaten in my life. It was just,
Wow.
I could not believe how good it was. And I was very much like Nick Saban with his oatmeal cream pies, where I was looking forward to the next morning to have my next piece. Like I was in bed, like I could sleep for another half hour or I can go get some of that coffee cake. I'm getting out of bed and going to get some of that coffee cake. It was that damn good. I don't think I've ever finished like a proper bakery coffee cake end to end. We finished this one end to end. It was
Nice.
just tremendous. So if you want to take the brave drive out to Lansing, 18349 Torrance Avenue in Lansing, Illinois. Yes, that's Illinois. Calumet Bakery. They've got everything, all the bakery staples, right? Donuts, cookies. They have klatschki. They have all that sort of stuff. And it's also like a nice kind of like an ethnic mix area. So there's all kind of different things that maybe you've never had before. But all your bakery standards are there. If you're looking for a wedding cake or a birthday cake that's like very specifically decorated, that Modelo cake I sent you, Rick.
Yes.
That was Calumet Bakery cake. They made a cake that looked like a case of Modelo.
Real ones know why that's relevant to me.
Exactly. So again, it's on the I'm Fat map, but go to Calumet Bakery, 18349 Torrance Avenue. I promise you it'll be worth the trip. If you have a sweet tooth at all, if you love your classic Chicago bakery, Calumet Bakery is the best I've ever had. And I've been to a lot. Like I make it a
You
point.
frequented a bakery.
Yes, I make it a point if there's a famous bakery around to go check it out. And I've been a Wolf's guy my whole life. Wolf's is my favorite on 95th Street there. I've been going there since I'm a kid, but Calumet is a significantly better bakery than Wolf's. And nothing against Wolf's. Love it. I'm not knocking them, but Calumet is a different level.
And the thing is, too, Like, I just looked it up, and that's like a 50-minute drive for me.
Yeah.
You know what that means? You can listen to a podcast. You can listen to music.
That's right.
That's what it's there for.
Listen
It's like,
to 2 I'm Fat podcasts.
yes, of course.
There and back.
Like for me, I don't get as much time as I used to have to like go through all the million podcasts that I used to listen to.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm in the car, guess what I'm doing? Listen
That's
to
it.
a podcast.
That's
So-
basically all I do anymore. I
Right.
very rarely have music on anymore.
or AM radio.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
By the way, had a nice long discussion. Had about a 45-minute phone call with Dan McNeil the other day. It was very nice.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while.
Nice.
You know, I think we're both aware that there was some tension at the end between us there, but it was nice to kind of just.
Hold on, there was tension involving McNeil?
Anyway, it was a nice conversation. I enjoyed it, and we laughed a lot, and had some good memories. So, yeah, it was good to hear from him.
Nice.
He's like, I sent him something. Oh, we were at the Wolves game, and they had the like during the intermission they had, what do you call? I don't know what you call it, like ice capades, right? Like a group of women skating.
Yeah.
Okay, so I sent him a picture of that, and there's a famous scene in Slapshot where they're all watching that, and one of the guys goes, "This isn't art, this is sex." So I sent him the picture with that underneath.
Yeah.
He's like, "That reminds me, you got to call me this week. I got a story for you."
Nice.
And it ended up being a 45-minute call, so it was nice. One thing I want to mention to you before I forget, I don't have it written down, and it's on my mind. Hope told me about this. You know Insomnia Cookies? I've been telling you about this.
Yeah.
Did I mention this last week? Cookie Magic?
I don't think so.
Okay. So if you have an Insomnia Cookies near you, and if you have a university of any sort of size around you, you probably do. For $10 a month, you join this thing called Cookie Magic. Mm-hmm. You get a free cookie every day. You just walk in, show them the app, they give you a cookie, and you leave. You also save 20% on delivery. Like there's all these sort of other perks that go with it. But when Hope told me you can get a free cookie every day of your life, I'm like, great. I'll go 3 times and that will cover the $10.
Yeah.
So I've been there 3 times since I joined last week.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you have an Insomnia Cookies near you, get yourself that Cookie Magic. $10 a month, free cookies every day. Do the math.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
That's a great deal.
I want to make sure I mention that. Sorry.
Okay. So we have dogged KFC quite a bit on this show.
Yeah.
Not unjustified either.
Right.
However, it's a new item that comes out in about a week.
Okay.
The smashed potato bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah. So it's KFC fries,
Okay.
mashed potatoes,
Okay.
cheese sauce, bacon crumbles, 3 cheese blend. The picture's
Am I
pretty
out?
good.
All right. What's it called again? KFC smashed potato bowl?
Yes. Smashed with the apostrophe D because it's cool.
All right. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I know you kind of wish it was like a more traditional KFC bowl where it had a little chicken in there or something like that. But
Yeah, that was kind of my thing is like, oh, here we go. Okay. I will pull it up here on the YouTubes momentarily as Old Man navigates computer. There we go. Okay.
is it muted?
Maybe. I haven't plugged into a toaster again. Okay, that looks good. Give me gravy instead of cheese. What's with the cheese?
Or both.
Or both. But I'm not one to say like
Instead of having cheese sauce, maybe then do gravy and have the 3 cheese blend still there. That could work.
I don't need cheese on this at all. You give me bacon, potatoes, and fries. Pour some gravy on it. I'm good.
Oh, you could also add 5 chicken nuggets to the bowl for $2.
This thing has to be small. $3.49.
I would think so.
I think that's pretty small. I mean, I'm not going to say it. I'll try this. I will take the bullet for the team and try this.
January 28th is when this thing comes out.
Oh, I'll be in Florida. All right, well, I'll try when I get back. There's your
Okay.
homework assignment, Rick, for when I'm gone, is try one of these.
Yes. I can do that.
I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it
I
does.
just the thing that keeps KFC in my mind in business is their gravy is awesome.
Yeah.
So stop eliminating gravy from stuff, bros. Mm-hmm. That's a strange decision. You know who would never do that, Rick?
Franchise who's lost his way.
You get your ass up there. You find that effing gravy. You know who would never do something like this, Rick? When they've perfected a recipe, they'd never go and ruin it. Fredo's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg.
Goddamn right.
628 South Roselle Road. Fredo'sPizza.com, Fredo'sBakery.com, at Fredo's Pizza on Instagram. I think most people listening to this show have been there by now, but if you haven't, it is the one place in the world where you can get yourself the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, the I'm Fat Pizza. But
And
that's
hear
not
our
all.
voices while doing it.
That's right. We are ever present in Fredo's. That's for sure. They finally took our cutouts down. That was a good business decision from them.
Yeah, that
To
took
not
up
have
way
our
too much square
dumbasses.
footage.
Well, and that, correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't those photos taken like mid-COVID? So like
Were
my
they?
hair's real long and like I'm kind of.
It's possible.
We just don't look great in that photo. Maybe it's just
Us.
our general faces.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't good, and they took it down, and that was good. But the food's great, and it's not just the I'm Fat stuff. Everything on the menu at Fredo's is awesome. And look, if you've got we got a holiday coming up for your significant other. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Head to Fredo'sBakery.com. Order your partner, whoever they may be, something from their menu. They've got great cookies. They've got great brownies. I'm going to reach out to Michael at Fredo's and see if they can give us a promo code heading in to Valentine's Day, because the stuff they
Do we
have
know
is
if
just
they're going to be
unreal.
back? If the Valentine's brownies are going to be back?
They better be, because they're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
They've got that, oh man,
Je ne sais quoi about
the
that.
Nestle Quick Strawberry Buttercream Chocolate Brownies. It says sold out on the website right now, but I'm sure it will be back. But here's what they've got on the menu at the moment. And again, lots of this is sold out because of the holidays. But the chocolate chunk cookies, the double trouble cookies, those are my favorite. The 2 pounds of triple chocolate brownies, triple seduction chocolate brownies, white chocolate chip Oreo cookies. It's just all this stuff is fantastic. Snickerdoodle cookies, soft molasses cookies, and again, the Valentine's Day Nestle Quick Strawberry Buttercream Chocolate Brownies. When those are back, buy them.
Yes.
If there is a woman or man you are trying to pursue, these will get it done. I think if I showed up at Scarlett Johansson's house with these, she would kick Colin Jost in the nuts, appropriately so, and leave with me. So that's not a guarantee. And don't do that. Don't show up at Scarlett Johansson's house, please. I'm just using that as an example of if you're trying to woo someone, this would be the way to do it, because these are phenomenal. Fredo'sBakery.com. And if you're placing an order on Fredo'sPizza.com, use that promo code I'm Fat and you'll save 10% on your online order. And Rick, while we're on the topic of chicken items,
Yes.
Hope, of all people, got a taste for B-dubs this week. So we went out there to the one in Tinley, and I had a free app on my rewards app. So we got the buffalo chicken tots. These were excellent. So a base layer of tots and then shredded buffalo chicken. They use the medium sauce on there.
Okay.
There's cheese, shredded cheese and like a little bit of nacho cheese sauce, jalapenos. There's blue cheese crumbles, which we did not get because Addie doesn't like blue cheese at all. But these were really, really good. I was very impressed by these things. The buffalo chicken tots B-dubs. Not the healthiest item, as you can see on your screen there. 2,110 calories. That's if you're eating the whole thing, though.
Yeah.
But I got to say, Rick, the last few times I've been to B-dubs, I feel like the arrow is pointed back up.
Okay.
I feel like
it was hard for it to go much lower.
Yeah, because it had been not great. Like, the food was very inconsistent. The service was awful. The prices were skyrocketing. It was just the lethal combination. Like, bad service, expensive, inconsistent food. You're going to be closed very soon.
Yeah.
And apparently they've gotten the message a little bit, because I would say the last 4 or 5 times I've been there, it's not only been better, it's been good.
Okay.
So, and again, like the 3 of us ate there. We each got an entree. It was like $50, which is
okay.
It's like, don't get me wrong, that's expensive, but
yeah,
I feel like a year ago that would have been significantly more. So,
probably.
And the service was good. Like we had several people. Like we had a main waiter and then another person who like would just refill our drinks if we needed it. So, and it was a crowded night. So they did a good job. I was very pleased with it. So yeah, get those buffalo chicken tots so next time you go to B-Dubs, and use just like we said with Burger King.
Yes.
Get the rewards app, because the points add up quick at B-Dubs, and you get specials and all sorts of stuff. So the Blazing Rewards, it's called.
Yeah. Oh, one last note.
Yes.
Before we get to Ask-A-Fats.
Yep.
This one's somber for me.
Uh-oh.
I was given notification that the BD's Mongolian Grill in Naperville has permanently closed.
Oh, no.
I had been meaning, I'd been talking about since the summer that I'd been meaning to go back again. Not being as close to Naperville. That doesn't qualify as South, so it's not that type of South for the way you referenced it before, but the fact that it's closed is rough.
Yeah.
I love that place. I believe there's still the one in Bolingbrook.
And that's when I went to, and it was good, but it was really expensive, and I didn't feel like it was the cleanest place in the world.
Yeah.
For a place that's got a lot of raw meat around, I think that I really think, Rick, I know that COVID and raw meat are not related, but
people are just thinking more about it.
COVID got people a lot more like alert to stuff like that. And I think you walk up in there and you're like, this is a big bowl of raw chicken. And I'm just dragging it from tong to bowl, and it's like dripping on the table. It's I think that might be a weird side effect of COVID for people because even I was like, I've been to BD's a million times and I like it, but I went in there for the first time since COVID. And I was like, ooh, this seems icky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I loved my rotini with the steak and the sausage, maybe a little bit of ham.
Sure.
With the carrots and the little like cut, like maybe not quite diced, but like decent pieces of potato.
Salad.
Yeah.
There's carrots in there. It's salad.
Green onion on there. And, the song Green Onions was playing in my head while that was happening.
Of course.
Yeah. So to not have that, not be able to mix the lemon sauce with the Shanghai barbecue, it's going to be rough.
I'm sorry.
I already miss it.
Well, you have to go to Bolingbrook while it's still there and keep them afloat just for yourself. Have you ever been to Flat Top Grill?
I have, but it's
different, right?
Eons ago. Yeah, it's not as Americanized from what I remember.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to what I just described in my bowl,
that's not Asian.
Really Asian.
No, it is not.
Outside of
the
having
traditional Asian dish of rotini.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been forever since I've been there, but yeah. It's also, if you're going to go to the one in Bolingbrook, go at lunch, just because it's expensive when it's not like the lunch special.
Yeah, good move. Good move. All right, I have one more little thing for you. This is a little fat hack I learned. And it's a fat shame hack. If you order Domino's,
yes,
just tell your friends you got Domino's. It just sounds a lot better. What'd you have for dinner? Domino's. Oh, what is it? It's a pizza place by my house. Oh, yeah. Was it good? Yeah. Good. Not very expensive. Domino's. Check it out. See? Just feels different, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. See? There you go. You're welcome. And Rick, since you're sad about Mongolian barbecue, you can go drink your sorrows away with our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing in Lockport, 1026 South State Street. Go check them out. Owned by Chrissy and Paul Ivnick. They're great people who run a great business. And I say this all the time because there was a period in my life where I was you said the word brewery or brewing company or whatever. I was like, no, I don't want to deal with those people. I don't want to walk in there and feel less than immediately because I don't know specifically what kind of hop is in the beer you're giving me. I don't care.
Right.
Does it taste good or not? Well, guess what? At Nick and Ivy, you're going to get great craft beer, and you're not going to get any of the attitude. You're going to get an awesome neighborhood vibe at a neighborhood place with real, down-to-earth neighborhood people that just love drinking beer and making great beer for you. So go check them out. Nick and Ivy Brewing Company, 1026 South State Street in beautiful, historic downtown Lockport. Whatever you're into beer-wise, they've got it. Sours, IPAs, lagers, whatever. Whatever your beer mood is, they're going to have it for you, and you're going to love it. I promise you that. It's some of my favorite craft beer in the world. Go check them out, Nick and Ivy Brewing, on Facebook and Instagram, and nickivybrewing.com. That's your website. Go say hi to Paul and Chrissy at Nick and Ivy Brewing down there in Lockport. All right, is it time, Rick, to ask the Fats?
It most certainly is.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week's available flavors are maple pepper, French toast, cherry Dr. Pepper, jardinera, applewood smoked bacon, Old Bay, beer, ranch, chorizo, rosemary, and jalapeno garlic. Bacon jams are the original, the bourbon, and the peach bourbon. Don't forget about our merch sale going on through the end of the month. You got about 10 days or so now at this point. The code is merch20, and you can use that on the website, charliethebaconguy.com. Get 20% off all that awesome merch. Keep them coming. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait to order some more bacon from Charlie. I am fresh out. I dug through my freezer looking for the ones that may have slipped to the bottom of my chest freezer in my basement. No dice, just a bunch of old popsicles and stuff I don't care about. So hopefully he sends me some more, or I go get some more. And how can I get more, Rick? CharlieTheBaconGuy.com. That's the place to go. You see all the flavors available. You see the bacon archive, so everything that he's ever made before is there. And if you've got an idea for some bacon, like I sent him after our show last week, cannoli dip bacon.
Yes.
Why not? Try it, coward. And he said, there are no bad ideas, just bad execution. I said, no, cannoli dip bacon is a bad idea, but thank you for being polite. Yes. But yeah, if you got an idea in mind, like we came up with the jalapeno garlic bacon. That was an I'm Fat podcast creation. The honey sriracha was one that I had presented to Charlie that he made, and it worked out. So he's willing. If you've got the ideas, hit him up, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. But yeah, go to charliethebaconguy.com, peruse the selection there, and I promise you'll find several things that you're just going to love. All right, let's go out to the Fat Phone. We got 2 voicemails today. 708-858-3314 is the phone number. That's what you call, and that's what our buddy Jason from Oshkosh did, as he usually does.
Hey, Fats, it's Jason from Oshkosh. I wanted to take a quick minute and have some recognition for a fatly. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the golfer named Fat Perez, but he is a YouTube golfer. He's very good at golf, and he is very fat. In fact, Boomer Esiason took some time out of his show last week or so and mentioned just how fat Perez was. So if you guys haven't and you're not familiar with Fat Perez, loves the house food, and he's a great golfer, and I think maybe just a little recognition. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on him if you've never seen him before. Second, because I really want to win that Charlie prize pack, have you guys considered any merchandise that would have the Waffle House yellow blocked lettering for the I'm Fat podcast?
Oh.
I'd love to see a shirt. I got a couple already, and that might be another one that would make me want to buy it. Love the pod. Keep up the good work.
That's a great idea. Let's hope
It
our
is a
buddy
great idea.
Mark Fishman is listening and makes that for us. On your screen there is a picture of our buddy Fat Perez, and he is indeed fat.
Yes. Can confirm.
Yes, but he's a handsome man. I like him very much. I did not know about Fat Perez, but I do now, and I'll check him out. I know the rules have changed, Jason, but that's a good idea for a shirt, so we'll
Yes.
see if maybe we can get the January pack over to you. So we'll get in touch with you and get all your info, and Charlie the Bacon Guy will send you a bacon pack, because that is a terrific idea that will be a hot seller.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, next one here.
Hello, Fats. This is Gabe, and I want to tell you, the other night I was sitting near a Taco Bell worker and on the bus, and they told me that double-decker tacos and nacho fries are coming back soon. That's all. Dropping the phone, dropping the mic. See ya.
Thank you, Gabe. But we need more information. Is this happening permanently? Is this happening temporarily? Because look, man.
Well, isn't the double-decker taco one of those that's like added to the cravings menu?
No. So the cravings menu we talked about last week, there is a taco on there, but what connects the soft shell to the hard shell on that one is cheese. The double-decker is beans.
Gotcha.
And it's great. And what has frustrated me for years about that is everything you need to make it is there.
Yes.
There's no special ingredient needed. So hopefully that's great. And the nacho fries are pretty good too, but the double-decker would excite me. That is my typical go-to at Taco Bell. So let's hope that's true. I hope your sources are good, Gabe. That would be wonderful, wonderful news. All right, now we have some emails to get to, so we're going to do that right now.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
All right, remember, if you want to win next month's Bacon Prize Pack, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Make it funny. It's got to be 5 stars. It's got to be funny. And then either email us a screenshot, imfatpod@gmail.com, of your review, or leave us a way to contact you in the comments of the review. That's how you win a prize pack from Charlie. Maybe we change it up how you win in March, but for February, that is the way we're going to do it. So starting right now, January 22nd through the end of February, if you want to win a Bacon Prize Pack, that's how you do it. Submit a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Make it funny. Roast us, whatever you want to do, and we'll choose a winner and get you a Bacon Prize Pack, courtesy of our buddy Charlie, the Bacon Guy. Our first email here comes from Michael. He says, "Hey guys, after hearing that Jay was going to Disney, I went not long ago and came across a couple interesting cheeseburger items when I was there that were pretty solid. In Animal Kingdom, in the Avatar area, they have a quick service restaurant called Satuli Canteen, I can read, where they serve more Asian-style dishes. But one of the things they offered are cheeseburger bao buns that taste almost identical to a McDonald's cheeseburger. Interesting. I'm a big fan of bao. Those are good. And then kind of similar in Magic Kingdom, they have a cart at the entrance of Adventureland that's selling cheeseburger spring rolls. Oh, all right. I will find one of those things and check back. But yeah, Rick, like I said, it's going to be a very food-based trip to Disney this time, and I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. By the way, Michael, thank you for all the info you sent on the email about the Genie Plus situation. He kind of did like a PS with a bunch of info. We do have Genie Plus. We used it on our last trip, and it is a lifesaver. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up, but on it.
So do you have like a hit list of not even necessarily food, but like things you want to do this time around?
Well, I would say last time we went, I pretty much did everything we wanted to do. Like, I went on all the rides I wanted to go on. We did not go to Animal Kingdom last time because we were there for 3 days and there's 4 parks, or my math might be off, whatever. But because Hope caught COVID when we were there, and she didn't know she had COVID at the time on our last day in the park, she didn't get to experience any of the Star Wars rides, like the Rise of the Resistance or the Smuggler's Run, or any like the really cool immersive Star Wars stuff, which like truly the main reason that we wanted to go. She got to go to Oga's Cantina, which is like being in the bar in Jabba's lair or whatever. But she didn't.
Did you feel awkward?
No, why?
You remember the other context of the music?
Yes. Oh my God, that is a deep cut. No one's gonna get that, but I got it and I appreciate it.
Good.
It was not, that music was not playing, fortunately, because it would have certainly triggered memories of Ben Finver's time off. But no. So hopefully Hope gets to go on those rides, and then we are going to go to Animal Kingdom. So I do want to try that Flight of Passage Avatar ride, which is supposed to be awesome. And then the Tron ride is open. That wasn't open when we were there last time. So those are two that we're certainly pinpointing. But the nostalgia for me is I have to go on the Peter Pan ride. Okay. Peter Pan has been he flies and he has a knife. And he fights pirates. That's cool. So as a kid, I was in on Peter Pan. That was my main dude. So going on the ride is very nostalgic for me. So that's one I will not miss for sure. But we're in good hands because Sarah is a Disney planner.
Okay.
So she knows everywhere to go. She's super plugged in on it. She's been doing a ton of research. Like we've got it. We know like what we're doing basically from like the moment we arrive to the moment we leave, which I love because I'm just like, cool, tell me where to go.
Yeah.
Don't
Are
make
you
me
telling me
think.
Sarah's type A?
Very much so, yes. But she's awesome at it. She is awesome at it. And if you got a Disney trip to make, I don't know if she wants me to give out her info on the show. I'll ask her, and then if she does, I'll mention it next time for sure. And then I'll charge her for it. I'll send her an invoice. I'm Fat podcast mentioned $2.50.
Right. That's funny.
No, but I'm very much looking forward to it and to be in her hands and hope knocked it out of the park when we went last time too. It's going to be very
I have
easy
no
for all
doubt
of us.
she's going to kill it. Like that is, I'm like you, where for something like that, there's so much to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Just tell me where to go and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Just don't make me figure it out. Just, I'm very happy. I'm happy to go with the flow. If you tell me you want to do something, let's do it. Yeah. I just don't want to have to be responsible for it. Like,
that's fair.
I remember we went to Door County with Brian and Sarah, and like, I had been there a million times. And they're like, well, Jay, what do you want to eat? I'm like, don't make me decide. I don't want to decide what everyone here's eating. Because I'm fat. I'll eat anything. I'll find something anywhere we go. I want you guys, the new people, to experience something you want to experience.
Right.
So I got triggered. I got a little too triggered. But I'm working on it. These are my issues.
Anywho, last email. The last email is from Eurotrash, who says, "Hey Fats, of all the different types of cuisine available, like Mexican, Italian, etc., if you could only eat one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which would you choose and why?" I'm going with Mexican.
Wow.
That's Eurotrash, not necessarily me.
All right, so what you're looking for is variety of food.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going Italian.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, because you could do like a focaccia in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You could do any sort of like deli meat that's Italian in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Dinner, you got pasta, you got pizza. I mean, yeah, I think Italian.
And you have crazy dessert options too.
Yes, I think, and while Italian isn't my favorite cuisine by any means, if I had to stick with one forever, that's going to have the most options for me. So that would be my choice. I'm trying to. Is there anything else like? I guess like Asian food. It's very general though.
Yeah, I think saying Asian is a little probably unfair.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Italian for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Mexican food, I love it, and it's probably my favorite. But like,
but it's very one note.
It is kind of one note, and it's a great note.
Yes.
But how often can you eat tortilla, meat, onion, cilantro, / lettuce, tomato, cheese, in how many different forms? I mean, I know there's obviously more to it. There's chilaquiles, which we love, of course. Everybody loves the chilaquiles.
Stay clear of the breakfast burritos. Too much of the chilaquiles.
But again, you just can't have it every day.
Right.
Did you ever see Three Amigos?
I haven't.
Do you have anything other than Mexican food? It's like one of the best lines in the movie. They're in Mexico.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going Italian.
Same. I think you nailed it logic-wise with it too, because
chicken Vesuvio.
Right.
Then you get your whole lines of like Alfredos and pestos that are not marinara based. Yeah.
People get their coffees and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
They get the desserts.
That's it.
I mean, you've got the whole scope of everything. And that's even if you don't necessarily want to include pizza in that.
Right.
Like,
but even if you include pizza, it's like,
oh, then it's that much better.
You also anything can be a pizza.
Yeah.
Is it flatbread with sauce, some kind of sauce? Yes. Great. It's a pizza. Yes. So get your barbecue chicken pizza. I know it's not Italian, but technically it's pizza. So bite me. All right. Good show. That was long, but we're off next week, so
Yeah, exactly. Give
get
people a
an
little
extra 9 minutes. You're welcome.
That's what he said. And I'm Fat. 9 minutes? How many times? I'm FatPod on all of our social media. I'm FatPod at gmail.com. Check us out all there. Send those 5-star reviews that are funny. And again, 5 stars to I'mFatPod at gmail.com. Patreon and Spotify, check those out if you like. I'mFatMerch.com. We have that new t-shirt idea. We also have a bunch of designs already there if you've missed any.
Yeah, new stuff.
There's plenty of stuff there. And also, if you're not even looking for our type of stuff, but want to peruse TeePublic, still use our link because anything you get, we still get a kickback on it, and kickbacks are great. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe, like each video if you can, and hey, watch us on YouTube. Feel better about yourself by looking at our sorry faces.
True.
People do that.
Facts.
And they should. Confidence is a great thing. Get it from looking at the less fortunate. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. And leave us that 5-star rating. Make it funny. And the review. Please do so.
Yes.
And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. So for Jay, I'm Rick. And this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.